Good morning and welcome everybody. It is a wonderful Friday morning. We have our Final Fantasy Friday. We are going to cut over to the game, kill our music, and we got a lot of explaining to do today. Let me click on the actual game screen and do some stuff. So there's might be some changes that everybody notices. First and foremost, I got this box up. Ooh, what's going on here? Ah, Dragon Rat, thank you so much for the 5 months of Prime. Thank you, my love. Good to have you here. Glad to see you. So first things first, you can see the player search box. Well, I went down to social, I clicked on player search, and I didn't realize we'd never done this. So we're going to read through the player search real quick. And then you can see there's a few more things on the screen, right here. So it says the player search feature found under social in the main menu can be used to easily and instantly locate other logged in players. Searches will list up to 200 results, starting with the ones which are physically closest to you. Select your search conditions will open up a new window where you can specify the conditions of your search to produce more accurate results. Options include partial name searches, first and last name searches, as well as searching by online status, class, level, location, languages spoken, and you press execute to actually do the search. If there are any players who meet the conditions, they will be displayed in the social window, and you can right-click them and join them to your group, do things like that. You can also adjust your own search info by selecting the party members tab in the party section of the main menu, right-clicking on your own name and selecting edit search info. To allow your character to be included in searches for multiple classes, first change your online status to looking for party, then select the corresponding icons. If no class is highlighted, then you will be included in searches for your current class. And your current class selected will have a border around it. Alright, so that's player searches. Now, what has happened over the weekend? Since we last streamed, I joined a community. Wonderful community for Final Fantasy XIV. Wonderful individual. Her name is Alchemy. I watch her a lot. She's actually streaming right now, which is kind of sad because we're streaming at the same time. But I decided to jump not only servers, but data centers to join her community. They've been very supportive. Every time that they're running something, it's like, I'd love to, but I'm on a different server. And everybody's like, come join us. And people are, very nice, very friendly, very supportive. It's a great community. I'm looking forward to being a member of it. Because of that, though, I've joined her free company. So we're going to click joining a free company. You have joined a free company. Start by changing your chat mode to free company and greeting other members, which you can't see, but I am doing back here on my chat. Selecting free company from the social menu will give you the main menu will display the free company interface. Here you can view company and member data, messages, and other important information, and each member will have a rank. So if I use semicolon, here's the free company, here's their information, here's the members that are online. I wonder if I can sort this by who's actually on. They're just in another world. They're actually online. These little squiggles are offline. Rank 30, applicants, everything, rank. I am a member. So, depending on your rank, you may or may not be able to access such features as promoting current members or inviting new members. As company members participate in various duties, they will not only earn experience, but they will also earn points for the free company. As company points are earned, all free company points, or the free company will increase in rank. As rank increases, new features, company crest, expanded company chest, and housing become available. Speaking of the company chest, we have the company chest. You have to be a certain rank to get access to it and be able to do certain things in it. The company crest. Free company can create its own unique company crest. May or may not get that, but any item with the little shield plus icon on it, you can put a crest on. Not everything can. And company actions, which I am sure as my rank, I am not able to do much with at this time. You must be given authorization to do so. So, what else are we doing? Well, as you might have remembered on my wife's account, purchased the new expansion. Who do we got? Dragon Rat, thank you so much for the gifted subscription to Gifted Sassafras. Gifted, please enjoy that. Always got noises in the air. So we got the expansion early, and because of that, we have the Menfina's earring and the wind-up Palom. So we're going to take all of those, and then we'll delete the letter. And we are immediately going to put on, or we're immediately going to use our wind-up. We're going to go into our character and do recommended, because this is going to be much better than pretty much any equipment we are going to get anytime soon. So that's that. Next, we're going to continue with the MSQ briefly, because we are, wrong door. We are right here next to where we need to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that before we start queuing up for the Labyrinth of the Ancients. Because Alpha Node is right here. So why not? We're right here, we're right in the area, might as well knock it out. Get it taken care of. Alright.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yukiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we aspired an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms, only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone, razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Well, have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or are kin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yukiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Alright, let's speak with you, Gary. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made, though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much. Desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Let me take care of something at the moment. Alright, so we've got another quest, and it's right over here, so we'll knock it out too. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. Just sent word they can't come, meaning I've got a buttload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha! Go and call on Fedora on Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little princess order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Alright. Where am I going? Where does this even lead? I am confused. I did not know that connected there. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. So we got a couple of people to talk to here. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momoti's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. We're going to hand over the letter. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Alright, so we've turned that in, and now we got to go back and speak to Momoti again. Again, since we're right here, we're going to go ahead and knock it out. Because I'm pretty sure once we do the Labyrinth of the Ancients, we will be teleported back out to Mordona, and that's a little bit of a ways away from Ul'dah, so we're just going to knock this out real quick. Alright, we got a crossworld link shell. We're going to go ahead and accept the crossworld link shell. So now we have a link shell. And that just allows us to talk to a lot of people at one time. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yaguri it's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity. Much less expected. Mistress Momoti is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. And cutscene. Gotta love the marbles. My character's like... Lady Yagiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear, we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it was with words that you must, and it is with words you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. Probably best. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Nomans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. I want to go do the dungeon, because that's what I said I'd be doing first, but we are literally right here. And I don't want to leave the area, just have to come all the way back. What do you have, Pyoreo? Nope. I understand what that one is, and I don't want to do that yet. We'll get around to those. All the little extra tidbits. Chamber of Rule. Zoom all the way out here. So yes, this impals at the end of our name is the name of our free company that we've joined. Wonderful group of people. A pleasure, Private Ariston. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. We eventually need to get our rank up. Let's see if I have to read or if they're going to talk.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri.
How can she see over the giant turtle?
Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortunes, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of the number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a deal, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
She looks asleep.
The law is the law. Lord Lolovito, tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friend. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Guild thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Ah, yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Bite your tongue, Dolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than guild. Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishments, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees. How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving.
Oh,
that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The monitors have grown especially defiant of late, Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Alright, let's take the money. We'll speak to Roban. As you observe, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of the Flames. Will we ever get to the dungeon? Alright. Go to the plaza. It's right around the corner from the flames. How much do we have? Nope, we only have 536 seals. Hey, it's what it seems like, Gifted, you know. Nope. Where is he? There he is. There's Roban. One day in the distant future. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Udal is not an option. Nor are Limsa Laminsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gosh, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Emphilia, that is precisely what I wished to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Gulda, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again, I find myself in your debt. Pray, do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ulden Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Lil Wolf. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Alright. Where do we need to go? The Adventurers Guild. We're just gonna hoof it. It's close enough. I don't need the loading screens. Made it. One sprint. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momoti has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Modona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans of the Doman on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ulda, Lady Yaguri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have a lot. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yaguri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Of course. Why not? I don't think... No, none of these are good compared to what I have. Alright, pick up the next quest. As we speak, the Domans prepared for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ulda. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, wherever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrived. As Lady Yaguri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Alright. And with that, we're going to try to do our first Alliance raid. We're not going to go out to Vesper Bay yet. Ooh, an 11-minute time, though. Well, let's see. All right. See if we can't get it knocked out while we're waiting. Greetings. Alphano informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I know, right? I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I, too, have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray, forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from sight. Perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray, seek out my son Yozan. He can tell you more. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ulda? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others. Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yagiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Let's check in here. Nope. Up. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Kaharu. Little Wolf, eh? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No. Scions. Then you must know Lady Yagiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you. What a peculiar child. Are you playing? No fair. Yozan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horse-bird carriage. I don't know. It sounds scary, but if Yozan says it's safe, I'll go. And off he goes. Now to find the third one. There we go. How'd you find me? Bah, guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Alright. And we're still waiting. Wonderful. All the children are counted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yagiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Take more money. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Homai, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Kaharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ulda is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. May the Schwartz be with you. Come on. Eager to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hamerlia. Might be someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Well, that's not good. And there's our destination. I try to be, Dragon. I try to be. Oh no! Oh, wandering eye! Whatever shall we do? So, there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Ha ha! Well fought, sir, well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten, Lady Yagiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? Work hard. In kind, Father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our all. There you go, good words. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Hey, Mr. Lewolf, Kaharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Travel. So, you like roses? I think I understand it. I mean, they're nice and everything, but they don't grow in lots of places. It's my turn now. Excuse me. I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? There we go. Bustling outpost frequented by lots of people. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough. It's my turn again. When I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Eat your veggies. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. All right. That's enough questions. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know more about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Oh, now you've got 3 to her 1. That's unfair. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurer's guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Lowolf and Lady Yagiri. Yeah, just like Little Wolf and Lady Yagiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I don't think so. Oh, no. Looks like I will. Alright. Still waiting for a few more people. Where do I need to go next? Back to the quicksand. Boop. Ba, 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 ba. I love being 13 minutes into an 11-minute wait. But maybe we'll get some more of the MSQ done as we go along. Always forward progress. And because we're in a free company, you might notice these little icons up here. The heat of battle, we get more experience. And reduced rates. Teleportation fees are reduced. Both beneficial to traveling people. Alright. Mr. Alphino. Ah. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yagiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Nope. And now Alphino again. It is past time Lady Yagiri meet with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here at Thanolin, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slafborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yagiri to Minophilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels. Alright. Let's see. I don't think I've unlocked, no. So where do we need to go? All the way out to Revenant's Toll. 16 minutes into a 14-minute wait time. Alright. Go to others, and we'll go to Mordona. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yagiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends, and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slafborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray, understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands, as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slafborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent, Seven hells, little wolf. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the rising stones. I was told to speak to you first. The hell? Oh, Lady Agiri. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me. I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the rising stones anon. Whee! Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldesion continue to meet with failure. Uringer has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will preserve, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. Who is this Hans? I think, Gifted, that the who is this Anon, I think it's kind of a slang term that they use. Oh. We're commencing battle. It means shortly, I think. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. I'm going to try to get as far as I can before they... Lady Agiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Party member withdrew. I want to commence again. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event the Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. Ah. Alright, so Iron Will first. Morning, Dill! Great to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. We have just entered the Labyrinth of the Ancients, our first Alliance raid. I am still waking up, it's early. But otherwise, I'm doing well. How about yourself, buddy? How are you doing? Still love the music in this game. Oh, lucky. I still need to get Brekkie Fasts. Let's see, who are my other... Is there an alliance list? I got up and immediately started streaming, so I have yet to have breakfast. Hey! How dare you? Don't throw me around, you bastard. Let's get them all together. Come on. Alright. Defeat the Bone Dragon. Dun dun. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright. That's twice. I think there's at least once more, if not two. Alright. We get loots. We'll greet it. Use our teleporter. One of these days I gotta grind out some of the free company seals so that we can start turning gear in. Let's go ahead and sprint. On to the next challenge. Now these are much different than when they first came out. 20-30 minutes depending on certain things. But back in the day when they first came out, you took most of your time. But nowadays it's, you know, this is back 3 expansions ago. This is part of the original first sets of expansions, and yeah. But this is a 24-man raid. Come on. Somebody keeps screwing us over. Thank you. You can only damage this if the other teams are standing on their pad. Otherwise, it's completely invulnerable. See, I can't... There you go. Come on, people. There we go. That would not take nearly as long if Group A had not come off their pad so many times and made him invulnerable. Alright. Who gets to hurt him today? Alright, so it's not me. He's invulnerable. Alright, let's rip into him. There we go. All right. Straight down the middle. Ooh, Peloton. Jump! If you don't jump, you don't make it. And that guy's just running straight through. Can't hurt the bomb till all 3 people are gone. Alright, now we kill the bomb. Before it goes kaboomy. Alright, and it's done. On to the next monster. There we go. Now you gotta be careful here. There's gonna be some things that drop. I'm just gonna hide right back here and continue hitting them. From behind the boulder. But I was behind the boulder. That was strange. Come on. Whew. Got him before he went boomy. Oh no. People have already started fighting him. How wonderful. Yes, we'll move directly there immediately. Now, there is a gimmick to this one as well. He's going to walk to the center here in a few seconds. And when he does that, we need to get Hal to dodge. There he goes. Whew, he just made it. If you're not out of there when he does Ancient Flare, it's a wipe. Everybody's dead. Period. Come on. Screw it. This is where everybody wants it to be. I have no problem with that. Oh, looks like we'll get it before the second Ancient Flare. Nice. Labyrinth of the Ancients complete. See, player accommodation for the only few people that are left. And we have loots. We'll greet that, because it's not better. We're going to pass on that, and we will need those. And we'll extract our materia, because why not? And it's time to exit, where we'll have another cutscene. Ho there, little wolf. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldessian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what are the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon? Not Acheron. Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Quinox Fine for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. Alright. Mount up. Whee! So quiet here. So good of you to join us. Our meeting would have been dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. Alright. For prosperity. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambros will be presiding over the meeting, if you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness. Welcome back. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. We'll take the gold. Or the gil, rather. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses. Before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire, according to Lowell's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, his report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Allegan technology. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It had somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done. If the perils of the labyrinth are any indication, then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the Iron Works to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons. That means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, North Wolf, 5 months, buddy. Thank you so much for the subscription. Hopefully you are doing well. Doing fantastic. That's great to hear, buddy. Back at home, so you can... being home is a great thing. However, me and Dragon have been stuck here for nearly a year without really getting out anywhere, so we're looking forward to a vacation as soon as possible. Of course, first we have to get our 5G upgrades. We got to get vaccinated at some point. We'll work on it, though. Glad you're safe and back at home. Yes, vacations are essential. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. Appreciate it. Thanks for the lurk. Go get some tasty food. I got about an hour and a half and I'll finally be able to eat breakfast. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents. However, hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit, and if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me. We have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allegan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. All right. That is such a pretty sight. But who are you? Such a terrible, terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy the Allegan Empire left behind. My readings are correct. The energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. New toy for me to play with. I believe the fates have conspired to deny me my just rewards once again, but it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. Hello, Nero. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. All right. Syracuse Tower. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Syracuse Tower, the Allegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging. We cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Unai, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allegan civilization, sent by the students of Baldassian to assist in your endeavor. Unai and Doga? Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the student's behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. I am sure you'll not take it amiss if we seem somewhat doubtful. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Gra? 'Tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allegan eye as well? This sanguine hue is said to be a trait to the other. This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans. Yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation was born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. Seems we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with this... pardon me. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldassian when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unai and Doga advisory members of NOAA. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syracuse Tower entrance. I promise, you will not have cause to regret your decision. Hello, Wolf. I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garlon. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you. With Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Quest accepted! Yeah. Alright. Whee! I wish to enter. Can't fly in here, though, sadly. Well, if it isn't Little Wolf, eager to enter Syracuse Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going. For the chief, he'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Unai and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Alag, sent here by our friends of Baldassian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. It is our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is all to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syracuse Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is, we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magatech canning. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman representing Allegan royalty, or a man and a woman respectant. Allegan royalty, by my judgment. Precisely. Who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Woo! I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable, exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. Nero Telscaro? Can't remember his last name. Scava. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? We knew that, he got away. Garland. If I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular internet. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alog's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a few select individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind, is it not so? Twould seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Very well. Something tells me I'm going to be doing a fair amount of reading. Seven Hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? I think he does. Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An Allegan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Nero, you look very old and haggard. You have not aged well. Alright, time to talk to Doga. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Rambros, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldessian. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through Allegan technology. This is rather a lot to take in, you think? If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your question requires that we revisit Allegan history. Pray bear with us. 3 hours later. The Allegan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allegan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh-limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allegan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Alec to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zandal, or Zand. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unai and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of 2 Allegan emperors named Zand. It was common belief that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Zand returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allegan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zand turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness. Again? 7 hells. What is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least one thing won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Alas, Emperor Zand is very much alive within Syracuse Tower. He still abides his ambition, burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the 4th Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allegan Empire was laid to waste. Yet, even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Zand's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Eras came and went. After millennia laying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the 7th Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Zand awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. Yeah, Dragon, we missed a lot. 'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Zan's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Unai and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will that we might carry on their mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Zond, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary man who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, we are confident that we can end Zan's dark ambition once and for all. Pardon me. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my jargon aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldessian among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what will we do, Little Wolf? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. Yeah, this is like, what, they're going to be the third, fourth time? Something like that? You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allegan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allegan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower's secrets may become lost to us. But the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Una and Doga, living, breathing Allegans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Syracuse Tower. Start secrets must never know the light of day. Little Wolf, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zond himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Syracuse Tower from the outside world. To work, then. Wait, there is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean? You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The Allegan Eye, you called it. But to us, it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those who possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray, have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Wonder if we can get this run in before everything comes to a conclusion. Alright, speak with Graha Tia.
Oh, Graha? Oh, Mr. Tia? Mr. Boombashia?
My apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Syracuse Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zond himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Syracuse Tower, now accessible. Alright, Let's see if we can't knock this out of the plate. It's another alliance raid. Shall we join the alliances? 12-minute duration. Alright. Well. Whee! Let us head back over to Mordona and see if we can't knock some parts of this out before either before time or before we get in. We will probably hit level 57 very shortly. Speak to Menphilia. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students about. Oh, we already read parts of this. Let's skip ahead. All right, we'll pick it up from here. All right. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn, Lady Yagiri, Little Wolf. There we go. We are so close to finishing the cutscene too. Alright, gotta speak to her again. Laman and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Ishtola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. Shouldn't be a problem.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reapers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Fanaland?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a fleet with such crystals as they have ordered. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation. Your explanation for what, pray tell? For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Fanaland, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagan activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. It is only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagan, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
The echo, echo, echo.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise mid surging waves to wash away the fizzling flood. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagan made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tatari, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risk, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, This experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Alright. Where to next? Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventually inevitable. Yet, so long as there is even a chance of the... Well, we'll come back to read that later. Syracuse Tower is up first. Maybe. Come on. 2 more. One more. There we go. Basically, with a lot of these alliance raids, at least the early ones, follow the horde. And for the most part, AoE. Just use whatever AoE abilities we got. There we go. First part of the sections are done. Moving on. If I remember correctly, you can go either way here. They both meet up to the same place. Up and up the tower we go, spinning around and round. Scylla. Or Scylla? For Ancient Flare, you want to stand in the water. Protects you from the damage. And that one's done. Alright. Someone has already popped open a call for B. We'll hit greed. And upwards and onwards. We keep moving along. We are... How far along are we already? 3 into 7? Yeah. Third part out of 7. And again, just whatever AoE abilities you got, that's what we want to use. And then when you get down to a few enemies left, switch over to your single targets, deal more damage. Except now, there's a green dragon. Now I have a distinct urge to sing Kill the Wabbit, Kill the Wabbit. Except it's a green dragon. Pretty sure that's it for this section. Oh, no. That's right. There were a couple of more enemies here. Now it's everything. And we're on 4 of 7. Glacia Labolos. Labolos? Whee! Stay out of the green mess. It's invulnerable at the moment, huh? That's not fair. Dragon Rat, thank you for the love, darling. Ow. And there we go. Already at 6 of 7. Now, I can't remember if this part ends with Zond or if that's a trial of its own. We'll find out. But we are defeating Amon. Amon! It's Amon. The final curtain. Alco Forte. Tricksy little things like that you gotta watch out for. And there's our level. I think we're now level 58. Oh, here's Ond. Or Xand, or I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's watch the cutscene. They'll probably begin the fight before I finish it. Yep, they've already started. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. It's already sealed off. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will be unleashed, and all shall return to rightness. Alright. I should have, yes, move immediately to the zone. Let's get in here. Let's do some damage. That's right, he summons some ads that we have to kill. to stand in these so that you get float, so that you're not hit by his spell. Because Quagga will hurt. So close, come on. There we go. Da, da, da. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, wind up on you, mate. Syracuse Tower complete. Alright, let's try to give out a player commendation. Let's roll for loot. We'll greed you, we'll need you. And we got the Zond card. How nice. And the Shattered Orchestration roll. We'll sort, and we're out. Oh, and some player commendations. How lovely. Oh, that didn't take very long at all. Should be able to continue on. Oh no! What's going on? No, Wolf! You did it! You defeated Emperor Zond. Roxonde. Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for. With Emperor Zond now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. I worry about that. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garlon, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Syracuse Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. That distortion, what is it? The power that Zond sought to obtain comes from the Void, the world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Void Scent. Void Scent feed on Aether, as you may already know. and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Zond entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Unai and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Zond sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga, finally we may fulfill our purpose. Ha 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 ha. Oh, be still my beating heart. For a moment I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this. What are you going on about? The covenant is everlasting. Dun, dun. Those evil red eyes! And so, Meracidia is brought into the fold. Soon, all the world shall be united under Allagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my range, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Lowolf, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Ah, not now, damn it. Well, they look easy enough to dispatch. Ugh. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A Voidsent, and no ordinary one at that. Doga! Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. Nero! The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Damn it, the rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? Yeah, we kind of skipped over a lot of this, dragon. As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the find and consult Rambros. We ran through this. We ran through this with Zach. But that's just it. We ran through it. We skipped all the cutscenes. We didn't enjoy the story. We just went. Right, we're level 57 now. Getting up there in levels. All this happened within the tower? Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of void sent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Zond sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However, dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no other way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Goblin. This situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it, I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Unai. We share the same eye, 'tis true. That is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have been borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zond's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Gra, ever since meeting Unai and Doga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true. Is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with Allah. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Gra. However, slim the odds, we must try to save Unai and Doga. Aye, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. Good point. You have the right of it, though we have known them but briefly. Doga and Unai are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts, and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, mark my words. You mean I'll save them? I will save them yet, because everything turns to me. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up the World of Darkness. It's getting dark in here, so turn on all the lights. Ah, it's good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Unai, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon our last foray into Syracuse Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Zahn. But you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with a terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Unai labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unai. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unai, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Zahn's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. And indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Unai and Doga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Alag. 'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious, according to the Alagan tombstone Nero presented us. During the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Amon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Zahn's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the latter would suffice. But then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. Ooh, pardon me. Yawning for some reason. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Syracuse's power for our own purposes and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturge's Guild, well versed in otherworldly matters, and with Master Garland working to create the said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself. Bring us good news, Sid. Just the man we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well, the device is nearly ready. Though attaching the damnable thing to Syracuse Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got, but it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides, and do hurry. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to Crystal Tower? Certainly. Yeah. Sticks. Yeah. Whee. Yes, I know I'm flying the wrong direction. We need to go pick up the Sea Rises quest. We were so rudely interrupted when we were getting it. And then it might just be time to call it a day. We might go a little over. I might try to get the next Alliance raid knocked out. Oop, went too far. Come on, let me in, thank you. So we'll see. Like I said, might try to get the next one underway. But first, let's pick up our next main story quest, line quest. And then we'll press on with the Alliance raids. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lamensa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Alright. So now we'll go back over to the 8 Sentinels, talk to Wedge, and we'll see if we can't get this last Alliance raid knocked out. We might go a little over time. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's the place I'm headed for. Wish you could fly in here. I think traversing this area is so much quicker. Ah, I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open the rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Syracuse Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling's off, well, boom! It should be fine, really. Anyway, you'd best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. And off we go. My friends, you've arrived. Just waiting for my engineers to give the signal, and we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Gra? Ah, Emperor Zan's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Aleg's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Allegan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on the throne, or on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zand and his ambition. There were those who tried. Zand's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Aleg. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Aleg's heart for the kill, Zand lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zan desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamod be emptied into Syracuse Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Syracuse was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I had learned of its cause from Unai and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Zan to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Allegan history is astounding. Graha, why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. It's strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yes? Ah, Biggs. Are you ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agris. So just give the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good. Let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone step away from the throne. Alright, see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Ah, a rift to the world of darkness is when I called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break out the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As will the Sons of St. Coinach. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves, Little Wolf, my friend, 'tis a heavy burden I must task you with. There are none more able. Pray, lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. Once again. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving. Might I have a moment of your time? There is a matter of import we must discuss ere you leave. Alright. Yep. Gotta speak with Graha. I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long I have pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those 2 clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient, but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Alleg. Mayhap what I wish to remember in these words are related, mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, to the very end with mine own 2 eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. Alright. World of Darkness is now available. Let's see how long it's going to take to try to get into it. Drop you, do the World of Darkness. It says 13 minutes. We'll try to get it done. Well, it's filling up pretty quickly. Already got 3 tanks and 2 healers. 4 DPSers. We're going to try. Sorry, this is going to be a bit of a boring part as we wait for this to happen. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Come here, Reach a Cat. Today I have a Reach a Cat. She wants the lovings. What is it? Daphne. Hey, what is it? What? Yes, hi, loving cat. Yes, up you go. Yep, I don't know what she has with chair backs. And now she will plop. But now, like I said, we just gotta kill some time until we get in. But it is quickly coming up on that. Yes, the hee kitty kitty. Yep. She's my chairback ornament. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Daphne? Just your chairback ornament. Yes, that's my eyebrow. Don't turn too far. You're sliding off my chair. Unfortunately, this does happen occasionally. Unfortunately, we just gotta kind of sit around. Let's go see if we can't go to Limsa Lamensa and finish some of the storyline, though. All right. And we're waiting for this. And while we're waiting for this, we're going to do with that. You are expected. Pray, take this lift to the command room. We're going to the command room, where commands are given, because it's the commanding room. Mirrorweb! Mirrorweb! Welcome, friends. I take it Ishtola has apprised you of this situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanolin to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But, if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support. There goes Kitty Cat. Much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany your soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require. But precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. I have a puppy dog down here now, too. Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagan movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. 1 second. Pardon me, I had a sneeze. Commander Falkbrida has charge of the garrison. Alright. Well, let's see. The sea rises. We're going to come over here to Aleport. Could I do it cheaper? Yeah, but time is not of the essence, but kind of. As you might notice, I am typing a lot more than usual. It's because the free company chat's actually a little active, and people are coming and going, and, you know, it's nice to say hi to people. And here's Falkbrida. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in this search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, they have perished, circumstances permitting. I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into the enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Time to mount up. And we fly! Halanze! Don't know if we're going to get to our last one today or not. There he is. Help somebody! Give him restoratives. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's tongue. I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Whee! Back to Falkenbreda. Hmm. 10.5 minutes out of an 8-minute wait time. Methinks their timer don't know how to do the maths. Your return. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive. For that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear. We have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Well, I'll take that.
Cutscene.
Thrice damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Ah, milled whip. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Lil Wolf and Ishtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Yuguri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Ishtola and Lilwolf. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte accompanied by Lady Minophilia, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. Boom, boom, boom. Rest accepted. Wee-hoo-hoo. Oh. Running out of Geishels. I'll have to get some more. Come on, mount up. Almost 15 minutes out of a 14-minute wait timer. That number just keeps jumping around. It's quite sad. How's my... U-turn. There he is. I need to repair my gear. Ah, World of Darkness. Come on. Nope. It failed. World of Darkness. We're in! This will be the last thing we do, and then we will raid out. The World of Darkness. The violin fascinates me. Oh, we are Alliance A. Alright, part one's down. Onwards and upwards. So Mortal Gaze will give you Doom, and you have to step on the lighted circles to get rid of it. But if you don't look at them, you don't get it. So try to avoid it. Ambro, thank you for the biddies, buddy. Hopefully your day is going well. Thank you for the work lurk. I appreciate it greatly. It's great to have you here. Oh, face away from this one. Now, even though I'm not main tank and the other tanks are pulling aggro off of me, I still want to have my enmity on for when, God forbid, if something were to happen to the other groups, that I would still have aggro for my group or any of the other squishies. Mortal Gaze. Alright, looks like I got it. Not to mention he's dead anyhow, so. Today we're Alliance A. We'll just greet it. Alright, we're on to part 3 of 7. Oh, this is Queen Cilia. She's silly. Not really. Alright. Is this everybody? So, Dragon, I don't know if you noticed it, but on that ability, it was pulsating. And when it pulsates like that, it can actually be interrupted. That's how you know it can be interrupted or not. Alright. Are we done? Nope. So in this phase, DPSs are wanting to handle the Forbidden Gates, otherwise we get more ads. While the tankers over here are dealing with this. So Ancient Queen like that, it was pulsating. We can interrupt that ability. And you always want to do so. There we go. Already done. Nice clean fight, no ads, no nothing. And on we go. Five-headed dragon. Now this one's a bit of a pain. Let's quickly give a shout out to Ambro. And a shout out to Northwell, because I forgot to do that earlier. I'm a bad host. I should probably give one to my wife. There we go. All three wonderful people. My lovely wife, Ambro, and Northwolf. Great people, wonderful streamers, wonderful communities. Give them some love. Go check them out. As we fight the five-headed dragon. Can't remember what to do. Discordance. Come on. I mean, we're going to get it. It's just going to be a little bit of a slog right now. Alright, almost there, almost there. Come on. There we go. Just read that. Now we press onwards, and we are already on step 5 of 7. Alright. We're going to come over here. I'm going to give it a few seconds. And this is where I need to tank, because we're all separated. And that's it. Onwards we go. So this is Cerberus. Group A will get ads, Group B will go in the belly, and Group C handles the chains. And they just announced it down in the chat. A ads, B belly, C chains. To all of you that have been joining me over the past few hours, welcome. I am Trainer276. I am a Final Fantasy XIV content creator and streamer. You will find me playing this game 9 times out of 10. Today we've been doing... we're in the A Realm Reborn post-game. We've beaten the main game. And today we're going and trying to finish all the Alliance dungeons that are needed to continue quests later on. This is the 3rd one we've done today, and it's pushing us a little over time, but I don't mind that. So this is the Cerberus. This is the World of Darkness dungeon, Alliance dungeon. It's a 24-man dungeon. This is part 6 of 7. I'm gonna get hit. Yep. Let me throw a Sentinel on. Alright, Group C, get the chains. We're just going to continue beating the crap out of Cerberus. Stay out of the tail. Nearly there. Whew. Dang, we got an 8-second lag time right now. Pretty sure that's what's causing those little stutter steps we see too, because I know it's not my graphics card, but we do have a... We're resending at 3. Okay, now we're better, but we're still receiving at over 5,000 milliseconds, so we got like a 5-second delay. Now to the Cloud of Darkness. This should, if I remember correctly, this should be the end of this little time area of these things that we have to do. And after this, shouldn't be too much of an issue anymore. Who disturbs the gloom? Ah, mortals from the realm of light. You have not stumbled some... I missed it, I'm sorry. I am the cloud of darkness. What I do not smother, I devour. What I cannot devour, I destroy. The covenant is everlasting. All mortals before the flood of darkness will sink lifeless into the void. And they're already fighting. There we go. Let's go over here where everybody else is. Join the crowd. It should be fun. Alright, she's Vish are gone. Now, the only reason I'm using this is it's a dot to damage over time. So, it's beneficial to have it as soon as it pops up. Always put it on them. Everybody else is handling the other little clouds of darkness as well as tanks. Tank the big boy. Well, girl in this occasion. Pop you, ramparts. Alright, just over halfway done. Well, that tickled. Oh. Alright. Ow. %, 4%. And done. Cutscenes! Oh no. Alright. Like I said, this should take care of all of our quest requirements to get us through to the end of the game. Alright. Let's do player commendation. Let's do loot. Greed, need, greed, greed. Use our Puff of Darkness. And we'll never be able to get it again. Time to exit. And here's where all the cutscenes will happen. Where in the seven hells are they? Without them to stem the energy in the tower, our defeat of the cloud aids our cause little. Doga, Unai, can you hear me? Nero! Him is an afterthought. Must you be so infernally loud? Are you so keen to attract more void scent? Though I don't blame you for missing my company. Tank the 12. Are you alright? As alright as can be expected, Unai has simply passed out. Nero, by the gods, what's happened to you? Alas, his wounds were too deep and allowed this foul place entry to his body. Now the darkness claws at the aether of his very form. Would that we could have protected him. The cloud of darkness was bound by Zahn's unholy covenant to bring prosperity to Allegan royalty. The same blood that sealed this contract gives us a measure of protection. I say a measure, for this vow does not protect us from other void scent. The cloud imprisoned us here precisely to unleash fiends upon us. We would be dead had Nero not defended us so valiantly. Mistake not my actions for kindness. I have use for you yet in Eorzea, and simply couldn't let harm befall you here. Where? Unai, you are safe. Our friends have come for us. Have they? Then perhaps, Doga, is there yet hope we may fulfill our purpose? Mortals, you have dared to challenge me and now must feel my wrath. Did you think to destroy me in my realm? Here, I am eternal. I will smother your light and entomb your bones amongst my shadows. Now, are we truly so powerless here? As long as we fight the cloud in this realm, I fear so. And yet, though we may not be able to destroy it, this may be our chance to stop it. If we strike now, whilst the cloud can barely hold her form, mayhap we can sever Zahn's covenant. Yes, and razz the bridge between the crystal tower and this foul place once and for all. Little Wolf, Graha, you must flee. You and Doga mean to stay here? 'Tis madness. You must return with us. No one but you can save the world from the threat of the crystal tower. What is this trickery? In your blood. You too gain protection from Zahn's blood. Grahatia, you are possessed of royal blood. That is why the royal eye runs in your line. 'Tis a gift you have inherited, Graha. You have been granted authority over the crystal tower. I had thought time would consume all of Allag that was. That a man should still live with his forebears' blood in this age can be no coincidence. Some person must have planted this gift in your line, and used the highest of Allagan technology to do so. True, the Crystal Tower is not like to recognize you as Allagan, not as you are now, but your royal eye bespeaks a simple truth. Within you dwells one feeble glitter that will illuminate all, the light of hope. But how should I use this light? Pray, tell me. You must gain control of the Crystal Tower. We will share our blood with you, Graha. Though its effects will be but ephemeral, it will bolster the Allagan presence within you. This is our gift to you, that you may fulfill your destiny. All with the royal eye are bound by fate to Allag. Our part in this journey is to bury Zahn's dark ambitions in the past. This was the true Unai and Doga's purpose, one we have carried into the future. Know that as long as this light of hope survives in you, our souls will still remain, even if our bodies are lost. You must leave us. You must leave us as well, Nero. I am sorry we could not live up to your expectations. I must return to you what is yours, though. You dropped it whilst defending us. What you seek by this instrument may not be possible, Nero, but do not give up. There are many other paths that await you. Of course they do. Doga, Unai, I thank you. We shall never forget you. Now, Little Wolf, Nero, let us quit this place. You shall not escape me, impudent children of light. Oh, look, they escaped. No, you shall not escape us. Here, Zan's blood-stained dreams of glory end. There, the glint of light. It grows faint. Then the bridge between realms grows fragile by the Covenant's annulment. If that light dies, we are stranded here. Hurry! Nero, no! You must move. Leave me. I don't need you. If I die here, it'll be because I bloody well decided to. I failed to master darkness. I'll not suffer watching your green boy master the tower. Do what you will with it, but remember me, son of Alag. I am Nero Telskava, the man who will yet outdo Alag and Garland. That was what you hoped to. May the Crystal Tower again be a beacon of hope for mankind. Go, damn you. Must move onwards. This is not where I come to rest. But how did... So those damn clothes did it after all. You might want to run. Now onwards. Adrian! You owe me, Nero. Hey, I clicked it. Come on. The hells I do. You are returned unharmed, thank the gods. When that void gate started to close, I had never felt so powerless in all my life. We were running about like madmen trying to keep the gate open, and then the chief actually went and dived in. But if you're all Where are Unai and Doga? They're not... I see. I will miss the two of them dearly, but I am happy they fulfilled their purpose. We who live on must still attend to the Crystal Tower, though we now have no one able to seal it. That is not true, my friend. Unai and Doga have entrusted me with their blood. I can now control the Crystal Tower. Graha, yes, I can see it in your eyes. Good. Then let us put an end to this and seal away the tower. I understand your instinct, Grambros, but please, give us a moment to rest. I am weary to the bone, and Nero and Lulwolf are both emerged from long battle. Of course, you have the right of it. Come, we shall leave this place for a spell, and repair to St. Quinox's find. No one but you could have succeeded in the world of darkness. Would that I could have been of more use beyond the rift. As it stands, I was but a vessel for Doga and Unai's blood. Have I remembered what I wished to? Yes, something has come back to me. Gaining royal blood and witnessing true bravery has reminded me of my forebear's dearest wish. But we need not speak of these things now. It was not my place to keep you. Pray, go on ahead of me. There is something small I would do before I return. Could not have asked for a better comrade. If only I could have been part of your adventures for longer. Alas, fate dictates I have a different role to play. A wish for millennia, and brought to light by the good people of Noah. Now, finally, 'tis my time to see it realized. And we are going to end there. Jump on our Kokobo. But I think we've accomplished enough today. We have finished 3 Alliance raids, as well as prepared for some of the other things. So let us go ahead and put up the ending screen. It has been a fabulous time. And we are going to raid out to the wonderful Alchemy. I believe she is still playing at the moment. Let's go find out. Let me pull up. She is. She is still here. I'm going to bring up sound so I can hear her stream. And we are going to raid out to Alchemy. Wonderful person. I literally switched worlds and realms just to join her group and community. She is a wonderful, wonderful individual. And I hope everybody enjoys. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. I am Trainer276. I'm a Final Fantasy XIV streamer. Thank you for joining me today in our raids. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you next time in the lands of Eorzea. Take care.